Hi guys, I'm happy to see you on my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to make a review on this wonderful HIMI gouache. Okay, what do I know about this gouache? Actually, not that much, except for it seems to be extremely popular for some reason, and as far as I know, a lot of artists like this gouache. So I just couldn't resist and I decided to buy this gouache and to try it myself. So let's find out whether it is that good together. In this video, I'm going to unpack it together with you. I have a brand new box of the paint, and I think the most pleasant part is that I have all these cute and tiny containers of paint untouched, and it means that I will unpack it with you and I will show you all the colors in details. I have 18 colors in my set and I will make swatches of all colors and you can see them, how they look on paper and how they look in these containers. And after that I think I will paint an illustration by using only this gouache. And yeah, I hope so much that it will help me to kind of make a conclusion about this gouache, and of course I will share with you all my thoughts and about this paint, so maybe this video will help you to make a decision whether you should buy this gouache or not. So yeah, I'm super actually excited to try this gouache, so yeah, let's get started. First of all, the box is pretty heavy and the containers seems to be filled with big amount of paint. That's definitely good. Let's unpack them together. Yeah, be prepared to get your hands dirty while doing it. Right off the bat, I will start with a critical note. Even though the tiny containers look super cute, I mean, who can disagree with it? I believe it's not the most convenient way to keep and use gouache paint, especially compared to tubes, which is the optimal solution in my opinion. I think we will come back to this point a bit later. The colors look very bright and saturated. I think my favorite ones are this pink, lemon yellow and light blue. Truth be told, I'm not sure I will use all the colors from the set. I tend to use only basic colors and mix my own greens, violets, browns, oranges, etc. I don't know, it just works for me better. I think it would be great if you can buy an empty box and the containers separately and create your own palette of the colors you need for sure, you know. In this case, I would definitely buy more tints of red, blue and yellow to enrich my mixing abilities. The next very important thing is the consistency and texture. I have to admit this, I was impressed. The consistency is pretty creamy, smooth and very pleasant to work with. The paint is very flexible and can be used differently, and that's a huge advantage. It's possible to use it as thick acrylic paint if you want to, or add more water and use it almost as watercolor. The colors look very bright on paper too, especially the semi-transparent ones. At first, when I started painting, it was hard to get used to the paint. And yeah, it happens every time I try a new material, and that's totally fine. As I mentioned before, the paint is flexible, and it took me some time to understand the water/paint proportions I like most. As I mentioned before, it's not very convenient to use the paint directly from the containers. As for me, I like to keep my paint clean, and that's why I decided to use a spatula from my manicure set to get out paint and put it on my palette. Despite having pretty smooth and light consistency in general, I was surprised by the opacity of this paint. It's good. It's possible to cover up even dark layers with light paint. Maybe you will need a couple of layers for this, but that's totally fine. At the same time, you can have semi-transparent effect by adding more water into mix. In the conclusion, I want to say that it was a big pleasure to work with this gouache. The most important thing, it can be different and very, very flexible, depending on your preferences. I think the gouache will not replace my favorite tempera paint, but I will definitely use it in the future. Another very pleasant discovery happened when I decided to try this gouache in my sketchbook. It is perfect when it comes to loose, messy and fast sketches. If you want to see more HIMI experiments and the rest of my sketchbook pages, please join my Patreon. I regularly share different color palettes, exclusive videos, my sketches and more insights into my work and personal life there. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope so much it was interesting and useful for you. Please let me know in the comments if you have any questions left about this gouache. Yeah, see you in the next video. Bye!